All right. Hello, everyone. I am Casey Oswald. It is great to see you again this week. We have really exciting things happening in my family this month. Hashtag going to be a grandma. And I hope you and your family are enjoying your summer thus far. One of the reasons why many of us pursue an online teaching business is so that we can have a flexible schedule. So we can put our family first while also generating income. Like, for example, I found out my grandbaby is going to be induced next week. So I closed my schedule. Anything that's already on there, I'm just going to take my computer with me and teach remotely. So I'm so excited. Can you tell? Like my cheeks hurt. I'm so excited. This week, I wanted to address one of the recurrent issues which are discussed on different social platforms. This issue is teaching independently versus teaching independently on a marketplace. So let's review a few differences between these options and how they can affect your bottom line. Marketplaces are much like a department store where the teachers and their courses are the products. Parents and students can enter into the department store and window shop by looking at your class listings, your introductory video, and your reviews. When you are looking at buying something online, do you read the product reviews in order to help you make your decision to purchase online? Some of the things to consider with a marketplace is that you have to follow their marketing trends. So most marketplaces have a percentage or a fee that they take out, and they receive a portion of your proceeds. This percentage is part of the cost of doing business. Since they are providing the storefront, you have to provide the overhead. The good news is that they should provide you with a large amount of shoppers or your students. So what happens if the department store or the marketplace closes for a holiday? Or worse yet, what happens if students arrive at the marketplace to shop and the doors are locked and the store clerks and managers are nowhere to be found? You aren't able to sell your products, right? Some online marketplaces have a really good track record. They market aggressively and they have large student base. You'll need to still closely follow the trends in marketing within that company so you can be one of the first teachers to offer classes of that marketplace and have that marketplace pushing you to the forefront. Sometimes this can lead to your classes being well booked for several months. However, other teachers will recognize that a certain class is performing well, and so they will start offering a similar class at a lower price. It's the nature of competition. So for this reason, you have to develop strong brandings. So those students who enroll in your classes will continue to re-enroll because they want the name brand and are willing to pay more for it rather than the generic alternative. Marketplaces have a place in the online teaching world that can be extremely effective, but you will still need to schedule time weekly for marketing efforts. Some companies recently have started charging teachers, not just for marketing, but to put them higher up in their search engines. Like one company I work for wants almost $3,000 for 1 year. Yeah. And I don't know that they have the student base to be able to support that so that we can earn the money back. So you just have to look into the marketplaces. So we have been focusing on the marketplaces thus far. Let's flip the script and talk about how independent teaching differs. With independent teaching, you have to go fishing for your students. They aren't coming to a store to buy your classes, but they are out there. After you determine what you want to teach and who you want to teach, you can then market to your ideal parents. Rather than having a large pool of students with lots of options, you will have a smaller pool of students, but they won't be as overwhelmed by looking at every competitor's products. Social media is often the first thing that many teacherpreneurs turn toward when they are thinking of marketing. Don't forget, just like the stores that can go bankrupt and close overnight, social media can disappear as well. Did you have a MySpace? Guess what? It's still a thing, albeit nobody knows about it. For all intents and purposes, though, it isn't probably going to be where you will find your ideal students. The one thing that you truly own in your marketing plan will be your email list. So building an email list is one of the first things a budding teacherpreneur should focus on. Through your email newsletters, you will have a captive audience and a greater chance of creating a relationship with your potential students. Now, many of you know, I think email lists are very important. And I also think that you should be on a social media. Of course, I know, love, and teach all things YouTube as another way of getting seen and marketing. So another benefit of being fully independent is you get to decide what the curriculum is, how long you want your classes to be, how many students you want in your classes, how much money you're going to make, your own schedule, like tons of benefits. And one of the benefits I personally like is that I can cancel or reschedule my classes whenever I want or need to, and there aren't any repercussions for me. That doesn't happen on a lot of marketplaces or platforms. So you really need to check into them to see their different policies. But when you work for yourself, you get to choose what you want. So I recognize that I may seem a little biased against marketplaces. I really am not. I am active in several marketplaces. I just think that many people feel that marketplaces are the only option for them, when opening your own language school is actually an extremely viable option that has the most flexibility. So maybe you want to open up a language school, maybe you want to open up your own online kindergarten or whatever. If your niche is science, then you can teach whatever you love, which is something I love. So I just get super excited about teachers that are opening their own business and tutoring or teaching from there. So, all right, guys, I told you I would keep it short. I do have a Calendly link if you need help getting started with your independent teaching business, whether it's through YouTube, email lists, we've got you covered. I'll put that in the description box. And the last thing is, if you are a teacher, I am inviting all teachers to go to my Teachers Mastermind Your Online Business Facebook group. And here is where you'll get tips, tricks for teaching, make connections with fellow teachers, and ask questions there. I've been uploading videos. We also have a 14-day YouTube challenge going on right now. You can start at day 1. So if you're interested in building your teaching business and starting a YouTube channel, go ahead and start that challenge. There's even a checklist to how to get started on YouTube. So, all right, everyone, thank you so much for coming, and I will see you next week. Oh, right before the baby's being induced. All right. Bye, everybody. Thanks again.